Welcome back, Bravehearts, to the Docofdetox show. Now, usually I'm not going to do shows back to back and just drive everybody crazy. But the reality is that I have Robin with me today, and we wanted to introduce something to everybody because she's finally, how can I say it, pushed the button. Okay, and that button is that she's ready to do a 3-day masterclass called Metaphysics 101, okay? Bridging the invisible to the physical. And you know what? I'm going to let her start talking about her course right away. But I just want to say this. I mean, if you hang around with me at all, you know I say that the psychological rules the biological when it comes to your health. I also say that the invisible creates the physical. Well, Robin is going to go in deeper and bridge the invisible to the physical. And we're talking about metaphysics, and guess what? The only true science in the world and in the universe is metaphysics. But guess what? Most people don't even know what the word metaphysics means. And understand something. You know what? If there was, and please do not take this wrong, I know there's 4,500 different religions or more, but if there was a religion that I wanted to follow, it would be metaphysics, and it would be, and it's not a religion, but if I was going to follow anything, it would be universal. I want to follow the universe because that's where everything comes from, okay? So that might be something you want to think about. And the reality is guess what? The whole time that you were in school learning science, you never learned the truth about science. Isn't that something? So it's always been a mystery, okay? Because it's been history, okay, that created the mystery, which was his story. And let's hear Robin's story today.
Okay. Well, I think that one of the things we've talked about before when you and I were presenting is that people can only see so much of reality. They are within a certain bandwidth of reality, which is probably about 2% is physical.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump in every time because, not every time, I didn't mean it that way. But guess what she just said? That you only get to see physical, you only get to see 2%. You only get to see 2%. 98% is not in the bandwidth that you are able to see. You might want to ask yourself why, but we won't go there today, or maybe she will.
Well, for example, that is the reason why people cannot hear a dog whistle. But I looked it up the other day, and there are people that can hear a dog whistle. So I wondered why. Why is that? Well, that's because they're vibrating to a different level so that they can hear the dog whistle. And if you vibrate higher or lower, well, I'd just say higher, then you begin to perceive things that other people can't. However, what I want to do is I want to present a course that will give you some skills and abilities to navigate the invisible. Because as you say, the invisible creates the physical. And if you understand that, but most people don't know what to do with the invisible. What do you do with all that you can't see?
I've been taught to run away from the invisible. And you know what? When I was being raised in a born-again Christian family, the invisible was not something good.
Right. It was scary, and it was not to be touched, and you shouldn't even look at it. And you should ask yourself, why is it that they don't want us to look at the invisible? What is it that we can gain from understanding the things that we can't necessarily see?
Oh, and by the way, the part that you think that's eternal, which I believe is eternal, it's invisible. Okay?
And metaphysical.
And there you go.
Right. So this course is very exciting because we're going to be talking about some ways that you can begin to utilize what would be considered the unseen in your everyday life. For example, meditation, how to meditate, how to do hypnosis for yourself or for somebody else if you wanted to develop that skill. Because hypnosis allows you to access the higher dimensional realities that are already contained within you. Okay, so
isn't it kind of funny that all the things that you're kind of mentioning, most people are scared of?
Right, and I don't understand why, because those are the things that change you from it brings in power and understanding and behavioral change by utilizing those energies. It's energy and it's light, if you will. light and energy.
That's all it is.
That's
light
all
and
it is,
energy.
light and energy and vibration. Frequency, sound, and vibration.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you utilize frequency, sound, and vibration? You can't see it, right? So what are the skills and abilities that you can bring into your life so that you can use them when you can't even see them? Okay, so those are some of the things.
And she's gonna teach you how to feel them.
Yes.
And understand something. If you want to think your way out of trouble, you go ahead and do that. Because the same mind that caused the problem isn't the one to get you out. Now, if you actually started feeling and you had unconditional love for yourself and this planet, and you felt your way through things, you could be out of your mind and blind and get there quicker than the person who can only see the 2%.
Yeah, and that's intuition, and the intuition is the feminine. And we know how the feminine has been oppressed. The masculine, which is the left side of the brain, that is the logical brain. That is the one that tells you, what the world's about. It's also the part that's programmed. That is the left side of the brain. That is how you should behave, how you should act, what you should do with yourself. The right side of the brain, which is the feminine, controls the left side of the body. It receives. And intuition is the way that we naturally used to navigate the world prior to the industrialized society.
And just so you know, everyone, I already get this.
Of course.
That bringing Robin on here is risque. I already get that only 1 out of 10,000 people will drink her Kool-Aid. Because you're not meant to. You're not meant to find out the power of the invisible. Meanwhile, that's what we call source. And then we say that we were created by our creator to create, and we are part of source energy, but we're not supposed to talk about it or ever think that we are that, but we'll just mumble the words but never take them in?
Right. And that is why do people pay psychics? The truth is you are a psychic. Every single person has the skill and ability to understand what has occurred in the past, what's happening now, and potentially even see what is coming up for yourself based on the energy that is being presented. So I'm going to say a risky thing and say, I want to awaken your internal psychic. I want to help you.
But understand something. That word psychic has been twisted and it's a bad place to go. And we're not talking about a Ouija board here, but everybody. So let's just calm down, okay?
Right.
I mean, everybody's probably doing this already. So the reality is this. She's talking about psychic, some people call it intuition.
Intuition, seeing the things that normally you can't see, feeling the energy that is not visible.
I have a gut feeling that I blah, blah, blah.
Right, and you could just hope and pray that gut feeling comes, or you could learn some skills and abilities that will help you reach into it and tap into that energy, because 98% of what's not seen is those abilities, how you improve your intuition.
It's the difference between being centered and not centered.
Correct, right.
Yeah, and then, you know what? Unless you're going to be selfish enough to understand what you truly are, then get ready for a bumpy road.
Well, I'm always struck by how you always talk in your courses about how you know what people are like. You can feel their energy. How do you do that? Those are the things that I'm going to be teaching in this course, because your energy body is big. Okay, so you have your physical body, but you have layers. You have your energy body, you have your mental body, you have your astral body, and it goes way out. You are not a spirit inside of your little body. You are a body that is being formed by this expansive energy that goes way out. So one of the skills and ability is to begin to understand the energy that you perceive and know what to do with it. That is a protective factor, but it's also knowledge. So how do you know when somebody walks by you what they're thinking or feeling or what's going on with them? Well, you have to feel it. And that is a skill that is teachable.
Until you feel it, you don't know it.
Right.
Okay, you just hope for it.
You can guess.
Yeah.
Well, most people guess.
I hope I get well. I hope she loves me. I hope everything's going to work out, don't you? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's kind of what my focus is. And it'll be an introductory course, but it'll teach some real basics, how to develop a foundation so that you can bridge between the invisible into the physical. What can I utilize within energy that will help me physically and in my own body to manifest a body that I love, and also how to interact with other people in a way that allows me to understand what the energy is that's happening on that level.
You know, we've all been there. So we're going to just stick your toe in the water so you don't drown your toe. Just, it'll be okay.
Yep.
But the reality is you know as well as I do that you walked into a room of people and you said, this is not for me, or this is for me.
Right.
You've walked into a relationship and you said, this is for me and not for me. You've went and visited family members that you said, this family member, I feel good when I leave and I don't want this other one.
Yep.
So understand something, this is all about what Robin's talking about. So it's not like something new.
Right.
Okay, it's just that it's something that you were taught not to focus on. You were taught not to hone. You were taught not to master. You were taught not to master the moment. You were taught not to master your feelings. Let me tell you something right now. If you were to understand the invisible, then you would be the master of your emotions. If you were the master of your emotions, that stands for energy and motion, you'd be the master of your feelings, which means you wouldn't have a chaotic, crazy relationship with yourself or anybody else on this planet. Welcome to the world of the elevator, up and down, up and down. How's it feel to be up and down,
All the
up
time.
and down, and all around?
Well, and part of it is I'm going to use the term spiritual, though I know it's a loaded word. It's not anything to do with religion. What it is how can you grow yourself on a...
Let's talk about becoming spirited. Remember that?
Spirited,
What a
becoming spirited.
spirited little girl. What a spirited horse that is. Oh, you have such spirit. I love his spirit. I love her spirit. And that's what I want to keep it at, spirit. I don't want to go into spiritual.
Okay,
Because
spirit.
that's for me is an ism.
Yes, and it has been stolen by...
We won't say who.
Yeah. So how to become a spirit, because children naturally are intuitive until it's squashed out of them. Animals,
yeah, really. How come you're allowed to have such a spirit when you're young? And if you have, oh, she's a wild thing. Oh, really? You mean she's not conforming to the rules of fools?
Right.
I will never conform. There will never be an authority over me. I will be the only authority for me on this planet. Okay? And I will feel my way through on this planet. So understand, if you want to question us, challenge us, we're on Rumble, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yep.
Or if you just want to share, maybe what you might want to do is just share how you are focused on that. You know what? You can't see it until you believe it. And if you don't believe it, you'll never see it. What do you think?
What a paradox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to have a lot of different courses. It was hard, or subjects or topics that we will deal with. One of the things that we will talk about is meditation, because meditation will change your life. And a lot of people do not know how to meditate. They have a hard time calming their mind. And I have actually developed that I've discovered for myself a way to calm your mind, because you have to be able to stop the monkey mind and stop all those thoughts from constantly driving you crazy.
And you've been programmed for that.
Yes.
So you've been programmed not to find calm. But what if you could find calm in chaos? What if you could find calm in the storm? And you know what? Call it contemplation, call it meditation, call it prayer. But guess what? They all mean centering into this and going inside and finding that beauty, that God spot. And I like to call it the God spot.
I like that. I like that a lot. Because the God spot is invisible, right? It's something that you have to experience and feel for yourself.
The mind will never get turned off because the mind never sleeps. But the reality is, okay, what if we could stop it from chewing bubblegum?
What if you could walk through your day and become the observer of everything that you see and understand and have intuition about it without being bombarded by thoughts or an overwhelming amount of thoughts? That would be magical.
What if, how crazy is this? That you always, when you were going through your day, you were recognizing that you had a slight smile on no matter what was going on, and you were actually focused on and connected to your breath.
And that will be something that will be obviously a basic for some of the stuff that we're doing is how to breathe yourself into a state of peace and calm.
Parasympathetic state.
Parasympathetic state. Beautiful.
And guess what? Just so you know, what she's going to be teaching is to get yourself into a healing state. How many people here know that if you have any doubt, fear, or worry, that you cannot heal? So here's the person with a chronic disease, from any autoimmune disease to cancer, that if you do not know how to connect to your breath, if you do not know how to actually put a slight smile on, if you do not know how to calm down those horses, you will never heal. And that's the God's truth. Now here's the deal. You will never see somebody heal that's depressed. So just think, and I want you to understand something. Did you ever play pinball? Did you ever play pinball?
I have played pinball.
Okay, so pinball is the physical and the emotional. Boom, 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 boom. What if we could stop that?
Yeah.
What if we could
Beautiful.
stop it? What if we could recognize and know how to stop it by recognize it and then never focus on that again, but focusing only on what we want?
Right. There is so much more knowledge outside of your thoughts. Everything exists on an emotional, energetic level. So beginning to perceive things from that perspective allows your mind to calm down and allows you to grow within your, well, I don't know what a good word of that would be, but it's,
Well, energy creates mass.
Yeah, energy.
So we know
Right,
that energy
energy.
creates mass. E equals mc squared. The greatest mathematical equation that has ever been is E equals mc squared. What do you think that means? Energy creates mass. So two people can come together and create a baby, or one person all on their own could create a tumor.
right.
So, you know, it's where the mind goes, the body must follow. But what if you don't know how to master your breath? What if you don't know how to master your mind? You know, what if you don't understand that your mind is like a river and you should only be focusing on the beauty that floats by?
Beautiful. I like that. One of the things that I do a lot of readings for people, and they're kind of quite shocked that I understand and see so many things. How do I do that? I do that because we carry all of the information that is going on around us in our life right within our energy body, everything. And from some of the metaphysical level, it's called the Akashic records. If you want all information about things that are past, present, and future are contained within the Akashic records. Anything that's ever happened, is happening, and ever will happen. So that is a beautiful resource to be able to tap into. 90% of the people don't even know how to do that. So
And first step of that, which she will take you all the way, but I teach the first step. And the first step is non-judgment, only observing. If she were to judge anybody, then she would be blocked from it.
right.
You are going to be blocked from a lot of information and beautiful relationships you could have had, all because this is a judgment society, not a justice one. And justice can only be served when we observe to support.
Yes, and you have to clean up your act from the inside out. You cannot be a spirit being and clear about this if you do not clean up the things that are within you. And I'm going to give tools for you to do that, ways that you can grow within yourself and become the type of individual who isn't judgmental, who can read something and know something very intimate about you and not make any judgment whatsoever, but be able to support you in your path. That's the goal.
And what if I told you you were never authentic?
Well,
Because you aren't.
no, but you can become that.
You can, and you can think that you're authentic, but just remember something. That is the adventure, isn't it? You were raised by two individuals, and their beliefs, and the 5 prominent people that were around you from 0 to 7, that made your personality. Now, you did have different focuses, because if you take a look at yourself and your sister or your brother, you'll see that they have different personalities, because through their eyes, they saw something different than you did.
Right.
But understand something. What if you saw life, or could see life, through the eyes of unconditional love for self? Would that make a difference for you? Do you think you'd have more energy, better health? Do you think you'd have better wealth? Do you think you'd have better relationships with yourself and everyone else? Do you think you would actually be caught up in this whole C thing, V thing? You wouldn't. You'd be minding your own business. Let me tell you something. We're clearinghouse, aren't we? You know, I've got like 3 Telegram channels. I had to stop people posting because they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. You know what? Let me just say something, everyone. We complain about CNN and Fox, CBC, ABC, whatever.
NBC.
Okay, NBC. And then guess what? We have all of these alternative news stations that are still doing the same drama, trauma, fear-mongering.
It's just on the opposite polarity.
Yeah, that's right. But it's still a stressor.
Right.
And
Everything about it.
it still is a distractor. Okay, and the reality is where's your focus? Could you say that your focus is on the E equals MC squared, and that you are the master of that, and you are the wielder of the energy that you can create or that you can manipulate? Because you're manipulating yourself if you're not mastering your own energy.
And you create your world from inside of you. Everything in your world is a reflection of you. And part of the things that I'll be teaching you is how to help yourself from the inside, so that when you begin to manifest, you will manifest a world that is beautiful, a world that happens to be peaceful, a world that is full of unconditional love for yourself and also other people. But it's an inside job. And you always say the world won't change, and that is absolutely true. But you can change, and when you change, you shift and change your world. And I live in a world in which I find beauty in almost everything that I see. And when I don't see beauty in it, then I have to take a look at what's going on within me.
It's always that way.
Yep. And you can change the world, but only if you change yourself and your own personal world. You won't change the world out there. But a lot of people don't understand the tools that they can use to go inside and shift what's going on within them. How do you grow on a spirit level? How do you grow on an emotional level? What are the skills and abilities that you can utilize, like tools? Because everybody has the capacity to work with energy. Not very few will use it, but everybody has. We're born with it. We are born as intuitive beings.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The one good thing, not the one good thing, there's one great thing out of many things that Robin's going to help you find out. And you are going to find out what your chokehold is. What is your chokehold on an emotional and physical level that's stopping you from learning how to fly? And that would be first, love yourself. What's stopping you? What is getting in the way that you can't bring your energy, your vibration up? There's been many spirited leaders that have been here before us. And, you know, a lot of people follow them. Some have even been murdered, okay, because they were so high vibrational. Understand something. Be a low vibrational being and you'll be harvest. Okay? And that's what's going on right now. They call this period right now in our world the harvest. And if you are a low-hanging fruit, meaning low vibrational, and buying into the rules of fools, and you are doing things to dishonor and disrespect yourself when there's no valid reason for it, okay, it's not going to turn out well.
Right. So the goal here for me is, one, to have a lot of fun. I'm going to teach you a lot of things that you can use as little tools, because vibration is everything. And if you increase your vibration, you have to increase your vibration actually to increase your perception and your bandwidth of understanding. So the more you vibrate, the cleaner you are, the more you love yourself from the inside out, the better your world will be, and the more skilled you will be at navigating the world. You will see energy, you will see motivation, you will understand when to protect yourself, you'll understand when to back out, you will not set yourself up for situations that you're blindsided by something most of the time. I mean, you won't prevent them completely, but you will become a being of understanding, and you'll read your environment. You'll read what's going on.
And when chaos comes, you'll be like the eagle, where you'll stretch your wings out, okay, and you'll ride the current above the chaos, and then you will land when it's time, because you will know, because your vibration is changed. You will not go where it is not your business. And why is it that you are so attracted to, did you hear? The world's ending. Did you hear about this? The very end. The da-da-da. You know, I can totally cut myself off from the news and come back to it if I wanted to in 6 months and go, same news. Same thing. So understand, stop scaring yourself, stop scaring others, because that's when you're lowering your vibration, and there's your chokehold. So really, it's about knowing the difference between what real danger is and what fear is.
Right. Beautiful. Well, and you have to vibrate to something in order to perceive it. So if you no longer vibrate to violence, hatred, anger, you will begin to never perceive it.
Yeah.
And if you never vibrated to violence, you would never even be able to see it. Well, you wouldn't even be here. You would be somewhere where there's no violence. But that's how you shift yourself. You shift yourself by changing your vibration. And you vibrate what you attract. When you vibrate, you attract it to you. So if you're attracting to yourself problems, chaos, you're looking at it, whatever you look at also brings it into your reality. So if you're looking at all the stuff that you're talking about, the trauma, drama, then you are bringing it into your life, and you're vibrating to it, or you wouldn't see it. So increase your vibration, and that will take you out. It will take you completely out of that realm, and then you will fly like the eagle. You can look at it when you want, you can see that it's happening, but you will not experience it within your own personal life, and I can guarantee that.
And you know what? Yeah. And you can keep on going and looking back, and you'll go, same story. Same story. They just keep telling the same story.
Yep.
And you know, you'll find out that this type of suffering has no purpose.
Right.
It's just another addiction. So that's why we're going to bring, or not we, but Robin is going to bring Metaphysics 101, bridging the invisible with the physical. And this course is going to be happening around the 26th, okay, of May. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
So that will be, we haven't solidified the exact date, but we've got the name. It's 3 days. It'll be on Zoom. Okay. And you'll be able to do it from your own home, won't you?
I think so. It'll be awesome.
Yes. Okay. So we will have a Zoom one, but wait, no, that one is going to be in person here.
Then the next
So
one.
if you want to come, that's right. The next one, my apologies.
Yep.
So around May the 25th, 26th, we will have that solidified. That's when you'll see a 3-day in-person one here at the Docofdetox World Healing and Training Center. And then we will see another one probably within about 3 weeks later.
Yep.
Okay, 3 weeks later, it'll be on Zoom, and it'll be for the rest of the world.
It'll be so much fun, and we'll do some really fun exercises and help you work on your vibration so that you change your world. That's the goal.
Yeah, and that's it right there. You'll be doing things that are fun and playful and not dangerous. Oh
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
wouldn't want to get to know my real self.
Right.
Anyways, it'll be for those people that that have trust.
Yep.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. Is there anything you'd like to leave everybody with?
We'll see you there. Come have fun with us.
Yeah, because we will have fun. So if you have any questions, we will be posting on Facebook, and you will be doing she will be doing a 1 minute like information.
Yep.
Okay, for everybody. And we'll have all that information put together by next week.
Yep. We'll
Okay.
have some topics identified, solidified.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But as far as, like I said, the courses, the in-person course will be around the 25th, 26th, 27th, in around that area of May. And then approximately 3 weeks later, we'll be Zooming all over the world.
Beautiful.
Okay? So I want to thank everybody for coming on. We just decided to do this, what, 2 hours ago?
Yeah, so off the cuff and spontaneous.
And just remember, unless you guys are unwilling to erase and replace beliefs, otherwise change parts of your personality, you're never going to change your reality, okay? And that's the way it is.
Yeah, almost every day I tell myself I know very little so that I can learn for something new for that day. And this is going to be new for some people and also an enhancement for others who are familiar with it. So.
And just know this, that you will see you'll see the information also on braveheartnation.com. Braveheartnation.com is the website where we talk about everything, our services, our treatments, our trainings, and where we live and how beautiful it is here. And that's really just about it. We just wanted to come and just unravel this little gift that Robin's been working on, and she would really love to share with you, okay? So I want to thank everybody for joining me today. And just know that tomorrow we're going to have Braveheart Women. That's at 2 o'clock, correct? So Braveheart Woman show will be on it tomorrow at 2 o'clock. If you like watching our shows, just go to show.docofdetox.com and just sign in there and you'll never miss a show. You'll get a little ding when we come on. And if you love our shows, just know you can go to Spotify or SoundCloud or iTunes and you'll be able to download the audio. And we're also on platforms like Telegram, Rumble, Bitchute, Odyssey, Brighton. Okay, and don't forget, my course, the Whole Life Coach certification will be April the 30th to May the 9th. And then Wolf Non-Surgical will be starting on May the 11th and going to May the 26th. And I will be here on May the 11th. And guess what? I'm going to be kicking off a 6-day advanced water fast. Okay, so it'll be about an hour and a half show, getting all the rules ready, get you into the perfect day diet for 2 weeks to get ready to unleash the most powerful autophagy, which means eating up the stuff in your body you don't want, and then releasing stem cells like you've never done it before. And stem cells are the little new cells that say, oh, we need to go over here and repair this. We need to go make this new because they love you. Thanks for joining us. God bless everyone. Braveheart 321. You've always got this. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul, and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolf's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, Come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in because
How I found my brave heart was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift to love myself. But Dr. Wolf gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited because this is your life.
He's the first person, doctor, that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth. And not just half-truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.